through a few series in charge of the white ball sides now. Obviously not the result you wanted tonight, but are you happy with the progress that your squad's making?
Yeah, obviously disappointing the result. What was it, a few weeks ago in Zim as well, we played New Zealand in the final. A game we should have won going into the last over, so that result didn't go our way. But in and amongst all of that, I'm really happy with the growth. I'm happy with the progress that's being made. You can see the guys that have been playing, and you can see the guys that have come off a bit of a sabbatical. Just a little bit of rustiness and that. But to answer the question, yes, I'm happy with how we're shaping up. We've got 14 T20s before the World Cup. So yeah, all's good, and we'll keep building on that.
Shukri, your desire to have all-rounders in Test cricket is, obviously you've always been honest about that. So it was something of a surprise to see you pick a team, if you in fact picked it, with KG at 8 and 4 sort of specialist bowlers in the last game. Is it different formats for different approaches? Are you do specialists a place in T20 cricket?
Yeah, I think there are specialists. There's definitely a place for specialists. We're also missing 2 big players, an all-rounder in Marco, and then obviously a top batter in David. So, but I also think, Manners, it's about having a look at a few other guys, how we shape up. KG at 8, I don't think his strike rate's too bad at batting at 8. I think if you look at averages, how many balls and number 7 faces and how many balls and number 8 faces, it's minimal. I think average number 7 faces 8 or 9 balls. So it's hard to maximise that. And I think if we want to be brave, we've got to select attacks to beat a team like Australia. I felt that was always the big thing for me. And if I can nudge a batting unit into playing a certain way where we are batter light, and I concede we are batter light, imagine what they can do when we've got a properly balanced side. So it's all part of the slightly longer term plan. But yeah, I don't think I'm crazy about finding all-rounders in T20. Your top 6 will be your best batters. And number 7, 8 possibly all-rounders. So yeah, nothing untoward. You look at the Aussie side, not that we want to compare. Also guys like Maxi and those that walk in at 6 and 7, they're key components of their bowling unit. So, but again, to answer your question, no, I'm not obsessed with all-rounders in T20 cricket. I can guarantee you that.
You may have seen, I suppose, potentially a new star being born in World Brevis. What did you make of, obviously, his performance the other night, the century, and then today, obviously, still a solid half century? Yeah,
and I mean, I heard Aiden say now he's only 22. I hope he's obviously going to grow older, but I hope he continues to play like a 22-year-old. I think sometimes with experience, guys tend to adjust the way they play. But yeah, he's a breath of fresh air. He's probably nailed down. He has nailed down that spot as he's going forward. And I'm sure he'll spur on guys in the side to take on things a bit earlier as well. But yeah, he's a special talent. I mean, I went out on a limb the other night saying he's a generational talent. I certainly think in this format he is.
10 runs kind of needed with 10 balls left to kind of look like maybe down for the count at that point. Were you really pleased to see the boys kind of fight back and give themselves a chance?
And this is what we're always wanting to achieve. We want to see a fight right to the end. We don't want guys to throw in the towel at any stage. The side mustn't know when they beat. All of the cliches. But yes, really pleased with the way we stuck at it. And then, yeah, look, I mean, to say we got the rot end of the conditions, probably a little bit sounds like an excuse, but look, the ball was getting really wet. If you said to me that one of the world's best bowlers, Kagiso Rabada, was going to bowl a beamer like that and the free it goes for 6, I'd never believe you, you know. So little small margins, disappointing again, the result, but I sit here really confident and comfortable with what's transpired in these 3 matches.
Maxwell obviously did what Maxwell can do tonight. How do you sort of analyse that innings, and was there anything that you would have maybe done differently if you had time again?
Yeah, again, I mean, I chatted briefly to Aiden. You always felt that, and again, towards the end there, Lungi's an expert at bowling slower balls, but the ball got so wet that he couldn't really, so he went for the hole. And again, Maxi doing Maxi things. If you miss by a little bit, he does what he does, so very difficult to cover all those bases. I don't think we do too many things differently. At the end of the day, it comes to how you execute under pressure. It might have been slightly different with a drier ball, but yeah, this is not an excuse, and this is certainly not taking anything away from the way Maxwell plays. He bosses the game. There's no doubt as to who's in charge and turning down singles. We might have felt, yes, he kept us in the game, which he did, but he backs himself, and I guess that's what makes them a successful T20 or international team, all formats.
Obviously shifting formats very quickly now into the one days. Is there kind of a mental reset that goes into that, or how do you guys kind of get ready for the next game?
No, I don't think there's too much of a mental reset. I think the formats are so close together, but we've got 5 guys fly in a couple of days ago. I had a couple of net practices, some different leader in Temba, another all-rounder in Vian, so different Keshav as a champion spinner still. So I don't think there's too much of a reset. You just got more time to score more runs and take more wickets type of thing, But the intensity with which you play, I don't think that changes at all.
Aidan said yesterday that you've been saying a lot to unlock the player's state of genius. What does that mean?
I just think that sometimes we can be too humble, we don't show off to the world enough what we're capable of doing. A bit like Brevis. I think and this has got nothing to do with the way Australia plays, but I mean, they've got a blueprint as to how they want to play. There are times when it looks absolutely brilliant and it's box office stuff, and there are times where you can have them in trouble like you had them in the first couple of games, but they stay true to it. What does it mean for us? I think guys like, and especially on the batting front, it's easier on the batting front, guys like Stubbs and Ricks and these guys, Aidan himself, there's so much that they can do, but because I feel that they've maybe boxed themselves in a little bit too much. I know it's a different format, but Test final not so long ago, Aidan showed exactly what he's about, and I'm sure it's, a couple of games away from unlocking that state of genius. It's not always going to result in winning, but I just want us to show off a bit more.
Have you had I know I'm obsessed with players and coaching staff seeing a bit of the world as well as just working hard. I just want to know if you've had a chance or will get a chance to, I don't know, go into the ocean, see a bit of the reef, or do something while you're here in this part of the world?
Man, as you know, I live in Cape Town. I get to see a lot of it. It's a special place. Cairns beautiful. I think the guys have got a few things planned, yes. I think tomorrow might be one of it, so we've given pretty much everyone off. I think the coaches need a bit of a break as well. But it's certainly a place worth seeing, and I'm sure we'll get to. And that's part of touring great places like this. Even the Aussies don't come here often, and it's just wonderful to see. Darwin was great, Cairns, and then that's part of touring. Obviously you want to play winning cricket, but you also want to soak up the culture and experience the wonderful sights there on offer as well.